cone. Cone. I can't imagine a more beautiful thing. It's cone! Look at this.
A while back, my brother shared this corn video with me, and we both got quite a kick out of it. The so-called Corn Kid is such a fun video to watch. It's so wholesome seeing someone so in love with something I think of as average or mundane. Don't get me wrong, I enjoy corn, but the passion with which this kid talks about corn is infectious. I found myself enjoying corn even more because of his reaction. Now, I enjoy corn in many forms. My favorite corn dish is probably some version of Mexican street corn. But now we're about to enjoy corn in a completely new form, that of a monster. I was asked to make a gift for my brother to craft him some kind of creature, and the idea of a corn monster came very quickly to me. I knew I had toy corn to use, I just had to figure out how to make a monster out of it. I contemplated a corn quadruped, but ultimately settled on making the monster bipedal. So after I'd gathered all of the parts that I would be using, I started by cutting them all into the pieces that I needed. I'll be using dinosaur legs for the legs, and I'll be using tiger legs for the arms. And this fireman is going to give us a couple of hands to put on the ends of those arms. I decided to use this garlic bulb to create a bit of a throat pouch or pharyngeal pouch for the creature. And this pterodactyl head was left over from a previous project. Looks like it would work perfectly here. When assembling all of my pieces, I relied heavily on hot glue for this project. It creates a strong enough bond, and it dries quickly enough that it was easy to work with. Of course, I also used my tried and true super glue gel. The arms and legs were looking good, but I felt I needed to add a tail to give it some more balance. I also cut some pieces off of another piece of corn so that I could create the humps on his back, and to create some additional blending. And once I was done adding these little strips and pieces of corn to the monster, I decided to use some air dry clay to sculpt in some connective details. Air dry modeling clay is often cheap and really easy to use. I decided I also wanted to add some spikes or horn-like protrusions coming out the top of the garlic bulb, so I used paper clips to give myself an armature to work from. After adding some clay to the seams, I decided to make them look like they were also made of corn by highlighting each niblet. I focused first on getting all of the connective points covered, and then later I went and added some more detail. I found this process to be nice and meditative. The tail was the part that required the most blending, and so I just kind of marked it out as if it was a grid, following the lines of the corn. Now, I didn't want to just send it as is, I wanted to give it a good base to stand on, so that's what we're working on next. The base itself is made from a piece of wood that I got at the dollar store, and I also cut up a strawberry to add some details. I wanted the base to give it the appearance that it's living on some sort of alien planet. I found these plants at the dollar store, so I cut a few pieces up to use. I then covered the base in glue so that I could pour on some crafting sand. This is going to give us a nice texture to work with. And with that done, it's time to get painting. And I painted the body yellow because, again, this is a corn monster. I applied a dark wash so that it would sink into the grooves between all of the individual niblets, and then I proceeded to give it some dry brushing in lighter yellow tones. I also decided to color all of the parts that were not corn in green. Now when I had all of the main colors in, I proceeded to add some highlights and details. I also decided that I wanted this creature to be holding a staff, kind of like a wizard, so I used some sea glass that I found on the beach as the crystals. When I had my pieces selected, I used super glue to stick them together and then bound them up with some sewing thread. So, thank you for watching my video. If you like what you see, please go ahead and hit that like, hit that subscribe, or leave a comment down below. I always read and try to respond to every single comment that's left on my videos. So we're gonna go ahead and get to those glamour shots now, so until next time, bye-bye.